Hey there, and welcome one and all to another Toonkind FPS game. I am one of the players today, Morski, but you're free to call me Morski. And hey, I'm playing Hugh, because of course. And I am joined here by my wonderful co-players. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. Hi, I'm Winona, and today I will be playing Scribble Scrambles.
So it's totally fine. Two dorks, two wizards.
two, two
The
dorky
worst that's
wizards.
gonna happen is yes, the worst that can happen is even if someone tries to go at them, well, I hope they like fire and lightning.
Indeed.
But I guess on that note, we're looking at Hugh. Timeline wise, by the way, this is a bit after some shenanigans, so Hugh is not ill. No, he's doing pretty well, and because he's going out on a walk to search for another library. Because he still has research to do. He hasn't exactly gotten a lot of progress done yet, so he's still trying to find places where he can find out more. So I'm gonna roll survival to see how lost he gets. That was a 4. He gets very lost. He doesn't know where he is, guys.
Oh,
Not even his map can help save him today.
oh my, poor Hugh. Ugh.
Well, he's just kind of wandering around a bit lost. How's Scribbles doing?
Oh, Scribbles is doing fine. He is probably looking for. He's probably looking for a little coffee shop place for his slash like book place for his own. He likes walking around in the mornings.
He's valid. Hugh is also fond of books, though he has it's not on purpose, mind you, but he has the habit of walking into plot on them. Actually, does Scribbles want to roll survival too to see how lost he is?
Let's do this. See, what is your survival? Okay, it was more than I thought it was.
Oh,
It's a little bit above average.
I think it's fair to say, like, maybe Scribbles is perhaps still half asleep or something. He needs his morning coffee, guys.
Yeah,
He needs his morning
yes, he does.
coffee. But he does roughly know where he's going.
Mhm.
This could be where he runs into Hugh though, looking very lost.
You know that'd probably be a good idea. And he like sees this. He sees you. It's like, are you lost?
Kind of want a little perception to see if Hugh gets surprised by this. He gets surprised by this. Hugh jumps.
Oh,
He's
oh,
like, "Whoa, wait, what?"
oh!
And then,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to scare you there. I was trying to be
"Oh,
as calm as possible.
it's okay. I just wasn't paying attention." And like, Hugh's a little pink, but it's okay. And well, yes, I am lost. Tried looking for a library in a new part of town, and well, Toontown can be pretty confusing sometimes.
I agree there, and I've only been living here for a little while, and I've been trying to actually find new places too. So I guess we're in the same boat.
Hey, nice. I mean, we could try looking together, and I can point you towards some of the places I know if that helps. I've only been living here for I guess it would be half a year now, a bit longer, but I found a couple places.
Yeah, sounds good. Lead the way.
Oh, on a player's note, I'm so sorry, Scribbles, but he was more lost than you are. Should we try rolling survival again?
Yes. Okay.
Oh, never mind. You found his way on his map.
Yeah,
Never
Scribbles.
mind.
Scribbles is just like Hugh follow, and good thing Hugh realized where he was going because Scribbles had no idea.
Yeah, it's it's like I thought Scribbles was wrong, but never mind. He was in fact very right. So he got a dirty 20.
Yes.
And I think it's a case of he spoke a bit to Scribbles, he reorientated himself on his map, and it's like, oh, there's something over here.
Mhm.
And I think it's fair to say that these two woke up to a place, and
Mhm.
it is a library. But it's not just a library, no. Looks like it's a coffee shop at front too, and Hugh on his end is probably looking at it a little starry-eyed because, hey, this is neat.
Yes. Scribbles smiles at this. He's seen stuff like this all the time in his home, at university and his hometown. He's like, ah, yes, this reminds me of home.
Nice. You see a lot of these places at home?
Oh, yeah, University City. I go to the University UPA, but I'm on a break right now.
Oh, that's fair. Do I need to roll insight on that?
I mean, on the say he on the second part he can, yes.
Cool. Let's go insight. Let's go again. Hugh has advantage. It's a 14. We'll take the 14 over the 6.
Scribbles is happy when he mentions like his hometown and home university, but the moment he mentions he's on break, you can tell he sort of doesn't want to talk about that part.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Hugh isn't gonna poke into that then. Uh, I think Hugh will like take note of all this and is like all of this and is just like, oh, so you're going to university, huh? I know there are a couple of such I know there's such a place over in East too, though I haven't been able to visit the place much.
I see. Yeah, I only like I said, I haven't been here for such a long time, so I don't know all the universities or colleges here yet.
That's fair. I mean, well, first of all, East is kind of far from Toontown.
Hmm.
And like on Scribble's side, if he wants, he can, I guess, roll history for this.
He can he'll try to roll history. Let's see, what's your history? Okay, good. Yeah, he knows.
You you know where Yeast is. In fact, you probably know of the university that resides in Yeast.
Oh yes, he like snapped his fingers. I remember now. I remember that university. Yeah. I know that I think I had some yeah, I think my dad actually had some business over there too. But that's cool. That's really cool.
He brightens up and that, and it's just like, yeah, it's my hometown. I then came over here about 6 months back, and well, it's been really chaotic, but it's been very nice too.
I know how that feels. Ugh, Toontown is
Yeah.
definitely a different animal for sure.
And he definitely laughs at that because, oh boy, yes.
But anyways, you want to go in and grab something to eat?
Yeah, sure, we could snack on something and then check out the books.
Scribbles nods.
And honestly speaking, then I think it's fair to say they go in and like grab their snack and stuff. And Hugh is definitely going for a cup of tea and some cookies.
It's still morning for Scribbles, so he's gonna grab maybe a raspberry scone and a cappuccino.
Nice. It's I'm gonna be honest with you, just Hugh immediately sees the cookies, immediately goes for them.
I
Addiction, no. What on earth are you talking about?
yes. I just love scones. Scones are one of my favorites.
Oh, that's valid. Sweets are good, man.
They are really good, man. Yeah, but say I guess they like go over to a table so and put their stuff down, and Scribbles actually does something, and he claps his hands, and when he does, like you see like the word clap like over the clapped hands, like in tunes do, but then the words twist and change into a spell book, and he it plops down in his hands, and he also, let's see if he can get out of his hammer space. Yeah, he just takes out a little book stand and places it right down right next to where he eats. Oops. Uh,
Is everything okay?
say everything's all right. I just got a call for a second.
Ah,
Yeah, say it's fine.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but yeah,
so
he gets
you mentioned that he has a book. he
yeah,
he managed to pull out a book stand for his spell book.
yeah, and just like sits it on there and sits it on there right now, and like opens it up to an empty page.
Absolutely fair. Hugh, I think at this point Hugh is still munching at cookies, but you see, like, he's clearly curious when seeing the spell book, and it's just, oh, are you a wizard as well?
Yeah, I'm a scribes wizard to be exact.
Oh, that's cool. I'm an evocation wizard myself, and like Hugh takes a moment to just ruffle in his jacket, and he pulls out his own spell book.
Nice. Yeah.
Like it's not. It's like it's interesting in that it's not actually all that obvious. It's a spell book, but it's just nice book. He pulls it out and just I think he opens it briefly and shows a random spell he's got. Which I wonder if I should just roll a number to see which spell.
But say you could do that.
You has more than 25 spells. My boy, you have collected a lot. 25, that is, oh my
Mhm.
goodness. You know what it opens up to? It opens up to lightning bolt,
Ooh.
which is kind of perfect.
Yeah.
And it's a signature spell, y'all.
Yes. Scribble smiles. Oh yeah, lightning bolt. That's always a good spell. I have fireball myself, and he gives a little tap on the book. He say, Scratch, can you open it up to fireball, please?" And you see from the book something like come out from the corner, and it looks like a ball of scribbles, but it has two eyes on it, and it does a little salute, and the book flips itself, and it opens up to fireball.
Kind of adorable, not gonna lie. He would have waved to the little scribbly friend when they appeared.
Scratch will say this is actually Scratch's first appearance in a game. They say, but his little manifest mind ability.
No. And I guess Hugh on his and just like, oh, that's really neat. I know that spell too. They're both really useful ones.
Mhm.
I feel like Hugh would have set his book down beside the cookies and tea.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. Lightning bolt's really good too. Though I don't have it in my spell book. Right now at least.
I mean, if you want, we can try learning like some spells off of each other. Like, I guess maybe we should eat first. And have you actually ever told each other our names? Hugh doesn't remember if he said what his name was.
Scribbles sort of laughs and like does a little face palm. I don't think we've introduced each other either. My name is Scrambles, and he goes out to like shake a hand.
Hugh takes it and shakes it right back, and it's nice to meet you. I'm Hugh Script.
Nice to meet you too. Whew. But I
I'm
think
just
you're.
gonna roll a quick history.
Mhm.
Yeah? I'd say a 14 does make it.
Mhm.
You kind of see an exclamation point, like beside Hugh, or just exclamation point. It's then just Scribble Scrambles, right? Do you know Rye by any chance?
Scribbles like perks up. Rye stagehand.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine. He mentioned you. So you're his other wizard friend, huh?
Scribbles smiles. Yeah, I say he mentioned your name, though. I say I don't think he mentioned your last name, but yeah, I say he did mention you too.
It's really neat, and he's just all super cheerful now. It's you see the like flowers of happiness around him for a little as he continues to munch on Cookie.
Yeah, Scribbles like smiles as he eats his scone. Yeah, I say met him in the park. Say I first met him in the park, and say I started say he was practicing magic at the time, and he say I decided to help him out a little bit with his training.
Oh, nice, yeah. Uh, like he's mentioned you before, and he now knows some wizard spells too.
Scribbles,
He
yeah, Scribbles like does a double take as he's like, wait, what?
Yeah. It happened a little while back, but I helped him prep up a spell book, and we at first we were writing down druid spells, but then he just added some wizard spells, and he seems to be able to do them. So he's a wizard now too.
Scribbles like face lights up and like there's like little stars in his eyes. Like, oh my gosh, that's amazing! I did not know this. Of course, I've been busy lately. So many different things happening. But oh my gosh, he's a wizard. I'm so happy. Uh, say yeah.
Hugh is currently having just like a cheeky look of, oh good, I can launch this guy at Rai as a treat. So extra surprise for becoming wizard now. And she's just like, at some point we should all try and sit down so we can brainstorm about spells together.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I
And
could try, or just like I could try teaching Rai some of the level 1 spells I got.
yeah, and that's sort of ironic that he's learned to be a wizard because I say this is a little surprise that he hasn't known yet either. I actually started my own tutoring business. So I could definitely say more teaching.
Absolutely, that's cool.
Mhm. Yeah, it didn't it sort of happened not too long ago, which is also some of the reason why that I have been busy. Getting a business all official does take some paperwork and time, but yeah.
Yeah, understandable. I don't really know much about running businesses myself yet, but sounds like a lot. I wish you luck.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've had some secondhand experience. My father is a manager, and he started his own business, though it was with dealing with magical items. So there's that.
Okay.
And my sister, she he stops and like without even really
So It's like, shall I just casually roll insight again?
Yeah.
That's a
Dang.
nat 20. I don't need to roll again. What does Hugh perceive with his Ghiblian eyes?
Family trouble. To sum it up, it's just like he's melancholy, is like he's happy about his family, but at the same time there's definitely underlying like issues with his family, and he like mentions his sister. He in particularly is very uncomfortable, and he sort of shakes his head. It's like she runs her own business too, stationary business to be exact. So again,
Okay.
just a lot of stuff.
It's he is like, okay, then better not touch that. Cool. I mean, hey, he understands family issues. His We don't talk about his father. We don't talk about his father. But yeah.
Yeah, say Scribbles
This
like
is fine.
this is fine. Family issues. But yeah, say he like goes back to his book, but yeah, I've just been busy because of that. Though I'm just really excited for Rye learning wizard spells, and uh, does he have even all the equipment? I mean, he does say he already has the spell book because of you. But I mean, if when I was his age, I definitely accidentally say just to say ruin some of my spell books, and he'll need maybe we can get him a couple, and then also we need to get parchment, and then more maybe pins and paper. And he sort of like rambles off on maybe the stuff a
Roll on.
wizard would need,
I'm just gonna roll
and like
Arcana for fun to see whether he understands all that. I think he does. That's a dirty 20.
yeah, he's like thinking of like all the beginning stuff and like usually wizards have when they're starting out with magic. He's like, and Scribble's like going through some of them, and even taking is a even snapping his fingers, and similar to his spell book, Quill appears and sort of writes it down his spell book, like making a list and stuff.
He's just like he's just like thumbs up. Well, I mean, he has a spell book, and I gave him the rundown of what he might need when it's time. And as is, he already has his spell focus. Ryan knows what he's doing with spells, but I think you know that already, no?
Scribble sort of blushes and like hand back of the head, sort of grabbing it. It's like, yeah, of course he does. I just get a little bit carried away. Unfortunately, I never didn't. I didn't know everything when I first started out. So when I find someone new, especially a wizard who is starting out, I try to help them as much as I can.
I'd say he nods rapidly at that, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, that's cool. He respects you.
Yes.
It's also kind of interesting for Hugh himself,
Mhm.
since the family he comes from is like, it's a very strong and old spellcasting family, let's put it that way.
Yeah, Scribbles
So,
is. Sorry.
oh no, so he did actually have the supplies for stuff when he first started out, but also ironically enough, he's like does things fairly simply, I guess.
Mhm.
Because if you look at his spell book, it's just simply a well used notebook.
Mhm. Yeah, Scribbles was the exact opposite. He was the first spellcasting person in the family ever. So he had to learn a lot of things by trial and error.
Oh, he's so valid. He is very valid.
Yeah, like his parents were proud of him, but but God bless their souls, they didn't know how to raise a wizard. There was a lot of trial and error.
Understandable. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I get the feeling as well they talk a bit on the stuff that is needed, and like Hugh letting Scribbles know what he did tell Rai, as
Mhm.
well as what has been passed over, and like I very likely Hugh to Rai what he may need.
Mhm.
And just like blah blah blah, maybe you should get Rai this and that. I'm not sure if he has it. I know Lynn is like absolutely gonna do her best to make sure she had like they have everything he needs, but like there can be a lot, man.
Yeah, and he agrees there, so it's like blah blah blah. Maybe we could also work on this and that, and say that's also this may be something he may be interested in too. Blah blah blah.
I'm also just imagining somehow out of nowhere like a presentation thing falls down and like you got Scribbles pointing at that and while Hugh continues to eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like nodding and adding his input.
Yeah. Two nerdy wizards trying to help another wizard. The best kind.
Absolutely.
So Scribble is like eventually it dies down. He's like, oh, also I think you mentioned about maybe swapping spells. I definitely wouldn't mind if you copied one of my spells as long as I can copy one of yours.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like at this point I would have finished eating too. So like Hugh
Mhm.
shuffles things on the table bit so like you can look through Hugh's spell book.
Yeah, and Scribbles like puts his book down so Hugh can see his spell book too, and taps on the book again, and Scratch goes to the list of spells that he has in a nice little index.
Oh man, that is very nice and neat. Like so okay, so I guess first things first. What you can note about Hugh's spell book is that like it's written neatly, like quite nicely. He doesn't have an index actually, cause he's pretty casual about noting things down. There is a certain part of the book that's like cantrips and first level spells, then second, and
Mhm.
then third. So like it won't be hard for you to find the spells, and they're just simply written in common.
Yeah, so his is written in common, but you could definitely tell that Scribbles is a very much an organizer, and because he's a scribe, he could like sort of erase because of his quill, like add and erase at will. So similar to a computer where they can just like cut and paste. So it's very much
Amazing.
organized. It's very much well organized within the index, and there's like a page like right before the index on possible ways of making the book even more organized, or like other notes is like find maybe add this section, maybe add this section.
Oh my goodness, amazing. And I guess one more thing. Does Scribble? What languages does Scribbles know?
It's a the book is all in common, but he does know celestial, primordial, and yeah, he also knows Growlix, of course, but he also knows
Of course.
yeah, it's not actually, I'm not very sure if that's a language, but he actually does know sign language too.
Oh, nice. Scribbles, you will realize some writing is in Celestial in Hugh's spell book, though it seems to be like more smaller notes for himself, and it's like it's stuff along the lines that seems to just be more personal notes. Like you see a bit of writing about someone called March,
Mhm.
and you'll note that there's a part like I believe Rai does have magic missile, so just there's a note under magic missile in Celestial that's just Rai knows this spell too! Exclamation point.
Nice. Scribble smiles at that, at the little notes, because there's not really any like little notes. Well, there are notes. It's just on its own section.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
So I guess on that note,
Mhm.
Shall we roll Arcana because that is the spell learning
Yes.
roll?
Yeah, and Scribbles eventually finds the spell that he wants to copy down, and let's see if he can. Let's see.
Let's go.
Woo!
And I believe well, Hugh got a 13. Oh my
That's
goodness.
a nat 20.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my.
Well,
Scribbles.
I think first
Sorry.
Scribbles is excited and determined.
Indeed.
And I get the feeling Hugh on his side is Hugh is excited as well, but also I don't think he really got the chance to look at anyone else's spell book before, so or maybe just the fact that it's like it is that orderly and neat. He's just like going a bit whoa at this.
Yes.
But I think a 13 is enough to learn a level 3 spell regardless, right?
I think so. It takes you maybe a little bit longer than Scribbles, who like writes it down like extreme, like this thunder. He chose thunder stuff, say for the
Oh,
audience
valid.
listening, and you could see like it takes him less than 5 minutes to like scribble down the thunder stuff and put it in his spell book.
It is there, it is not leaving, it is his now.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Hugh's just a little bit slower. It probably takes him 10 minutes or something just as he figures out how to note this spell down. And Hugh now has counterspell.
Woo!
So fun times.
Indeed, very much fun times. Whew.
And I think when Hugh does finish that, just like, thanks for letting me check this out. I've heard of counterspell, though I haven't managed to learn it yet.
Oh
So
no.
I guess that's different now. And like he rubs the back of his head.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's a very useful spell. I've definitely had a few classes where I've heard stories that it has come in clutch in the past. So I made sure to get it down.
Yeah.
Say
Like it's you know what? You can see Hugh thinking. Do you want to roll me an insight?
yes, I can. Let's see, what's your insight? Okay. Dang.
You absolutely get that. Hugh appears to be thinking of a time where you figure. Hugh seems to be thinking of a time where counterspell likely would have been useful,
Scribbles
and
like
and for the and for the audience, Hugh was thinking of the time Decimal got turned into a cat by Polymorph.
yes, polymorph. Oh,
Don't worry about it.
yes.
It's fine. Decimal got the spell magic cast on him, and Hugh actually learned that spell afterwards because of that. But he's definitely thinking of that moment.
Yes. Polymorph man.
It is a fun spell, even if it's kind of mean to the characters.
I agree. It is. Yeah, Scribbles like smiles like guys say have a story on your mind?
Yeah, I suppose so. One time when my friends and I were going to see the sea, well, we encountered and like you see Hugh pause for a moment. He makes a face, and then just we met a sorceress. So she decided to take one of my friends hostage and turned him into a cat.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
so on a player's note, I just thought of something, but the cat turned into a cat. Um, because that's most kitty. Anyway, Hugh's just well, my little brother had a ring with which you could cast the spell magic with, so we handled that pretty quickly. But
It definitely counterspell.
my
Sorry.
I know, just my friend, he really didn't like that experience. So
Scribbles nods. Yeah, I don't blame him one bit. Whew, polymorph is definitely it's a spell, alright.
yeah, I've certainly seen that. But I guess on a brighter note, the next day I saw someone else use it on themselves to turn into a bird and fly away.
Oh yeah, it could be used definitely for other things too. I even heard of a case where someone turned their a barbarian into a snail and slingshot them to very close up to the enemy and well, unpolymorphed them. So it definitely has its applications.
Not gonna lie, you got Hugh giggling at that because holy bleep, that sounds amazing.
Yes,
Surprise barbarian snail.
indeed. Yes, even Scribbles is like chuckling along too. It's definitely that same person I think also did a trick with trying to get their part or at least one of their other party members into a place that they couldn't technically go in and turned them into a snail and put them in their pocket. And so the guard that was there had no idea about the snail in the pocket and let them all go in.
My goodness. There are definitely uses to polymorph, let's put it that way.
Mhm. And let's not forget the T-Rex trick. I say
T-Rex trick?
yeah, there's a combination my old professor told me back in his inventory days where if you do a fighter or someone who's very good at hitting things, turning into a T-Rex when they're basically if if your fighter or someone else is very low on energy, you could turn them into a T-Rex to give them basically their energy back and then having another spellcaster cast haste on them, and I think I think there was also someone who did enlarge too. I couldn't remember if it's haste or enlarge, but either way, that battle went pretty quickly.
He's just kind of going, whoa, at that. Because, wow, that is certainly one way to win a battle.
Yep.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but that's really based on my real life experience. We actually had someone who had polymorph in our party turn our barbarian into a T-Rex, and then I was a spellcaster also, so I cast enlarge. So we had a giant kaiju battle.
That's amazing.
It is amazing. It was. Our DM
Oh
wanted
my.
to be mad at us, but he was just like, "Okay, this is happening."
This is my life now. Time to live with the consequences.
Yes.
That look, there's nothing more I can say other than that is amazing,
Yes.
and I love it. Holy bleep.
Yeah, exactly. It was definitely something for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I think with a more cheery hue though, he says he had that. That's certainly a way to use the spell. It's neat that there are so many and they can be used for a lot of different things, like Well, I guess my favorite spell is Lightning Bolt because of how many times it's helped my friends that I get out of trouble.
Mm. Scribbles nods. Yeah, I say I'm a fan of chromatic orb myself. I like having a spell for every occasion and well every possible weakness.
Yeah, you nods at that like makes sense. I from what well I guess from my experience by now, I have the I I have an easier time learning lightning and thunder spells. It's like I just have a knack for them, I suppose.
Huh.
But I'm quite good at fire spells too, so I have a lot of those.
Mm. I say I don't have a particular one that I'm more inclined to learning faster than the others. Probably mainly because I like reading everything.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. On my end, well, I didn't have a lack of books to read back home, but lightning just always came easier to me, so I learned a lot of those quicker, you know?
Scribbles on. Yeah, I agree. That's fair and valid. Whew.
Oh, and this is a neat one. One time on an adventure with my friends, you can roll insight on that, by the way.
All right.
I managed to get a spell scroll, and it had Shadowblade inside. And Hugh is going to cast Shadowblade.
That one.
And pardon?
I say I rolled for that inside. He got that one. Technically
Oh my
two.
goodness! Oh my goodness! Went on an adventure with his friends. Absolutely no problem. Nothing weird happened there. Don't worry about it. They got trapped in a magic storybook. They got out.
They're fine now.
So, um, so yeah, he pulls out his shadow blade and has Scribbles ever seen a fountain falchion?
Yeah, he probably has. Yes.
Yeah, because if he has, he'll recognize the shadow blade resembling one.
Ooh, that's a that's a fountain falcon. Yeah, I say very nice.
Thanks. Yeah, well, I mean, the weapon shape I got inspired by my friends and well, my brother. So, and I think Hugh just then allows the blade to dissipate. So,
I say I like shape water myself. It's a cantrip, but he say let's see if he can take it out of his hammer space. Nope. Let's see what he gets.
it's a fumble.
I think this is the first time he's ever fumbled. It's like he has his own chart. It's just like, what will he get?
Well, roll a d20 to
Yes.
find out. That's a 6.
Actually, kind of what he wanted, but he pulls out a sketchbook. And he's like, oh, technically, I'll need this for this. I was looking for something else. Usually has a sketchbook already with it. And let's see. Yes.
That's a fumble again, actually, cause after the first fumble, you need a 5 or more.
Okay. I can't remember. I thought it was 3 or more. Okay, so. Alright.
I can double check what it is.
This will be
Yeah,
funnier.
repeated attempts will increase to a 50% difficulty until the original item is found.
So Scribbles pulls out like let's see, a tabby like alive cat, and he's like, I have no idea why these are in here. Somehow they just always get in here. I hate this. And he just like drops the cat, and the cat runs off.
No. While he's holding the cat, Hugh's immediate reaction is, "Oh, kitty," and just pats Kitty on the head. Okay.
Yeah, Scribbles like now looks sort of like he's not mad, but he's just like, oh come on, I am more organized than this. I hate fumbles. I hate when this happens. Okay.
Okay, you make it. You
Yes.
make it.
He pulled out a watercoloring set, and he actually uses the sketchbook from the previous fumble to open up to a blank page and uses shape water in a very interesting way. He actually uses the magic to like make pictures.
Oh.
I
Oh,
can
that is super neat though, not gonna lie. He was starry-eyed at this.
Yeah, I found that I could make things more detailed with using magic like this. Since I can actually control the water, and since the water has the pigment, I say, yeah.
Yeah, really neat usage of it. Well, I have prestidigitation, and like Hugh flicks his hand up, and you see some sparks of electricity dance around it.
Stay here.
And it's like, are you a spellcaster? Show me your prestidigitation.
Yes, Scribble does something similar, except it's just like little sparkles.
Yeah, and like, and he's like, and otherwise, I have lightning lure and firebolt as some examples of my spells. Shocking grasp too, and like he raises his hand again, and you can see the electricity though it's a bit stronger, and he makes sure not to touch anything when he does that.
Oh yeah, I know how to do those too, though. I don't have a prepared as of right now. I just have Firebolt and Mage Hand, and you could see say he does Mage Hand, and he almost like it looks like his outline sort of like doubles and then like pulls away to like have another like a cut and paste version of his hand, and
Oh my
it just waves.
goodness, that's great. He waves back.
Yes.
They're dorks, Your Honor.
They are indeed dorks, Your Honor.
And I think as well, like so, I'd say the spells have ended, and he's looking at his spell book, and I know one spell I'd like to learn is remove curse, though I haven't really had any luck trying to find books on it in the libraries by now.
Say Scribbles looks at him curiously. Remove curse.
Yeah, I figure it's a good way to start, and it may be useful. And if you want to roll me
Yeah,
insight.
I was about to say he's gonna roll insight on that. Ah, it's only
At
a 12.
12. Just vaguely you get the feeling that maybe he knows someone that's cursed.
He's not gonna push in on that and gives a nod. It's like, no, that's understandable.
Thanks, yeah. So I'm trying my best. Lynn has suggested introducing me to one of her one of her family
Mm.
who knows remove curse. So we a lot has happened. We never managed to do it, but
Scribbles nods. You know, I need to really meet Lynn. I say I've of course been busy, but she sounds nice.
she's like as a player, so she's definitely nice. She is wonderful. Hopefully, you won't set off her like it's probably fine. She'll maybe only just jump onto you. It's good. We love Lynn a lot.
Yes.
Um, you on his end is like, oh yeah, Lynn's great. I'm sure she'd love to meet you.
Yeah, especially when I say since Rai is a wizard now, I would definitely love to keep teaching him wizard stuff.
Yeah,
And
Lynn's been trying to learn spells too, though on her end it's more been bard spells and such.
mm,
She's been getting help in Halloween Town, and like a while back, I gave her a book that talks a bit about the basics of each spellcasting class. So, like,
Mhm.
it's good. I bet she'd be interested to hear more as well.
They say you can make a little insight on me when he mentions Halloween Town.
That's interesting. Okay, let's go. Insight time. We'll roll that again. Come on, advantage. An 11 is better. It's better than a 5.
It's actually the DC. He's just like, oh, Halloween Town. I hear it's a pretty nice town. Yeah. Though I do again run a tutoring business. Maybe I can help. Maybe I can also help her out a little bit too. I definitely have a collection on all sorts of magic. He's a bit
Cool.
uncomfortable when when you mention Halloween Town.
On this, and it's like, is this plot story reasons, or
No,
is he
no, no. This
just
is for
nervous
something.
around ghosts and stuff?
Yeah, this is not plot century reasons. He's out of character. He's a scaredy cat. He will jump like a foot in the air if he's like scared if someone tries to scare him. He does
Oh,
not want to embarrass
honey.
himself.
He's so valid. Oh, honey. It's fine. Well, I mean, on his end, at least he'll likely be meeting Lynn and I at network.
Yeah, most likely, but
And good luck with network. Network's gonna spook him, I bet.
oh yeah, I already have an idea of what might happen. He's gonna use jump as a spell, and then spider climb just to cling to the ceiling like a cat.
My goodness,
This
it's
kid gets
gonna go
spooked.
great.
Yes, this kid is gonna be spooked so easily. He is already spooked so easily.
Oh my goodness, yeah, yeah, fair. Especially with network going, yeah, surprise hug, whooshes someone.
Yeah,
I say that affectionately, by the way, but kid, get ready to jump, I guess.
he will. Yes. But yeah, Scribble nods along with that. Whew.
And honestly, I think with all of this, like, unless you have anything more to say,
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
is probably a good place to say that, like, we can cut off with them chatting some more and just drinking their drinks and closing it off there.
Yeah, I think this is I agree, a good place to stop right here too.
Well, then, this has been a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me to goof off.
No problem. It's been a lot of fun to goof off with you.
Yeah. And thanks everyone for listening to our wizard nerds be nerds. So, ha
Yes.
ha ha.
Yes, thank you so much and have a good time zone wherever you are.
Bye bye.
Bye.